Hello, and welcome to the Tuesday Spotlight, a series of videos that highlight different books I've written over the years. In the Spotlight today, we have Central, the final installment in the Randy trilogy. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified about future content. Randy's transition through life has led him to Central, a mysterious community filled with many wonders and dangers. When he discovers its true purpose, he is launched into another intense adventure where he is faced with the true mastermind behind all his trials. Will he save the day, or will he fall deeper down into the never-ending darkness? Find out in the thrilling intergalactic conclusion to Randy's saga through space. As always, the first chapter is provided to you free of charge. Enjoy. Superintendent Notice. Dear Dr. Curtisman, as you may already be aware, the timeline and the universe itself recently experienced a dimensional shift, and because of this, the archive is no longer correct, and alterations need to be made to reflect the current times. A good example of this is your record stating you are dead, which as you can tell is no longer the case anymore. Please transfer all information after this message into the archive logs, and immediately put the record into effect on Monday. Thanks, signed, the Superintendent. Alterations Report. This record is here to document and indicate the recent dimensional shift in the space-time continuum. The collision of multiple universes is a historic occasion, so these alterations are in queue to be made to the records of the archive. Log 174. Subject file, Dr. Celery Curtisman. Location, Archive of Mars, Planet of Sono. Status, alive. No longer dead. Log entry 103947. Subject file, Randy, 5,769,549,674. Location, The Bread Company. Status, alive. No longer looped. Randy exhibit needs renovation. Log 103959. Subject file, Chelsea. Location, The Bread Company. Status, alive, no longer dead. Log 59275. Subject file, Wally Winderkins. Location, space, chess box. Status, alive. Transferred from the dimension Zimmer, unaware of the space-time collision. This record alteration will be put into the effect the following week. Chapter 1. Minutemen. Mr. Wobble looked around the uncomfortable, dingy spaceship he called home. It had been a successful day for the caffeinators. Plenty of coffee had been smuggled from the wholesalers, and they had turned a tidy profit. He chuckled to himself as he counted the money and calculated the distribution of pay. 50% to Mr. Cons, 25% to himself, 10% to Dirk, then the remains split amongst his many smugglers. "Hello, Wobble," came a raspy voice, and Mr. Wobble sighed and looked up from his calculations as Mr. H made his way over to him. "What is it, Harassar?" he sneered annoyingly. "Shut up!" snapped Mr. H. He walked around the table at which Mr. Wobble sat and continued, "The master is still trying to recruit himself." "You mean Randy?" chuckled Mr. Wobble. "How many of them are there now? I've lost count." "Too many," rasped Mr. H coldly, and Mr. Wobble stopped chuckling. Harassar continued to walk around Mr. Wobble and said, "My employer will not be pleased with how far Everything Industries has fallen." "What do you mean?" asked Mr. Wobble. "This is our most productive year yet. I can finally claim that 8-figure paycheck." Mr. H continued to walk around Mr. Wobble with his hands behind his back, his long fingernails glistening in the low light as he stood there waiting for something to happen. Mr. Wobble got up to stare out the window too, at the massive star vault off in the distance. Mr. H spoke. "Well, you can." "What?" asked Mr. Wobble. Mr. H slowly turned to face the coffee smuggler and croaked, "Cash your check while you still can." "If you believe Mr. Cons would fire me over a minor mishap with his past self, you are mistaken," sneered Mr. Wobble. "I had no idea that he time traveled until later. I cannot be blamed for that." "Really?" rasped Mr. H as he turned to Mr. Wobble. "You seem confident." I had no idea that," began Mr. Wobble, but Mr. H cut in. "You clearly do not keep up with the current events, do you, Wobble?" Mr. Wobble stopped and stared at Mr. H for a moment, then asked, "What do you mean?" Mr. H let out a sigh that could have snuffed the life out of the room in one fluent motion, then said, "There's a squabble happening throughout the timeline." "I knew that," chuckled Mr. Wobble. "You just mentioned the recruiting. There's no problem, except there is a problem, Wobble," snarled Mr. H, which made the coffee smuggler recoil immediately. "What do you mean?" murmured Mr. Wobble. Mr. H chuckled evilly, then said, "Mr. Cons is dying." "What?" asked Mr. Wobble sharply. I thought that he was immortal. You clearly know nothing of the universe," rasped Mr. H with a laugh so hideous the resonant spaceship seemed to pull away from him. "Great, who will his successor be? You?" mocked Mr. Wobble. "Funny you should mention that," whispered Mr. H quietly. "Mr. Cons is about to be stripped from the timeline. I can feel it." He smiled crookedly at the confused Mr. Wobble, then stated, "When this happens, every decision he ever made will be altered to reflect a new passage of time. This includes the acquisition of your hobby." "It's not a hobby," retorted Mr. Wobble, but Harassar cut in again. "How much did your puny group make before Mr. Cons intervened?" He cackled. He turned to walk away, but Mr. Wobble ran over to him and attempted to shove Mr. H out of the way. The older man spun around and grabbed the smuggler firmly and placed a long, sharp fingernail under his neck. "Be careful, little one," he croaked. "You know nothing of this universe. You know nothing of anything at all." Mr. Wobble shook all over, though he tried his hardest to hide it. He was terrified of Mr. H, and it was evident he did not pick his battles wisely. "I almost want to kill you," whispered Mr. H. "Let you escape the fate you're about to endure." He then lowered his sharp fingernail. "But you starving to death on the streets of the capital when your business runs dry will be much more fun to watch." He slammed Mr. Wobble to the ground. "You have no idea what's coming. I am from the Great Nebula, and I serve the one who shall conquer the universe." "What are you talking about?" began Mr. Wobbles, but suddenly the outermost edges of the spaceship burst into white dust and floated away. The ship rumbled more and more violently as the false atmosphere quickly deleted and dispersed into the vacuum of space. "Help!" screamed Mr. Wobble as he tried his hardest to get away from the rapidly disintegrating spaceship, but Mr. H grabbed him tighter, then whispered, "Enjoy your death." A second later, the dust devoured them, and moments after, the spaceship vanished completely. A small blinking light slowly floated through space, was all that remained of everything Industries. As everywhere in the universe, traces of Mr. Cons' business empire vanished. The pulsating red light was emitting from a tiny metal ball that had to be about the size of a pea. A second later, 2 wrought iron gears protruded from the surface of the rough ball, and they spun like submarine propellers, and it provided the momentum to push the ball forward. It accelerated rapidly to a tremendous speed, and a second later, there was a quick zip, and the ball vanished. The echo of harsh, mechanical laughter was all that remained of its brief existence before it too faded away. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified about future releases. Have a good one.